Hi, everyone, and welcome to our continuing education essential oils series. I'm here with my dear friend Kim Raymer, and she and I have been doing this series for the better part of 2020. I'm really enjoying this. So, Kim and I met through doTERRA, as you may or may not know, and we have become fast friends. We haven't even spent much time together, but the beautiful thing about technology and this beautiful company is that you really can connect with like-minded people in any which way and build a beautiful friendship. And I feel like we've been able to do that. So Kim lives in Park City with her husband, Bud, and their two grown sons, Max and Chris. And she's been an avid gardener. They just had to take care of the garden for the season, and she cycles like crazy, and she's hiked mountains, and she's just a beautiful, wonderful friend. She even does some great things in the kitchen. We've got some things coming up the rest of this year. We've got some fun classes planned. So, and Kim has also been a very integral part over the years of USASA, which is the USA Free Skiers and Snowboarders Association. I always mess up the name exactly, but I think it's a really cool organization that helps promote a team mentality with skiers and young skiers and snowboarders, sometimes really little ones too. So they grow up in more of a team environment, which normally those sports are not a team environment. So they've created this beautiful space for the kids and encourage them in every which way, even outside of sports. And it's just a wonderful organization that I am going to attend an event one of these days.
And you can help me.
I would love to help you.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. Likewise, as far as the community that doTERRA introduces us to, Jennifer and I have become heartstring friends, and we literally have been together maybe 3 times in our lives, but I feel like I know her so well. And we so enjoy sharing what we know with you. Jennifer and her husband Martine live in the western suburbs of Chicago with their daughter, Gabriella. And Jennifer not only is a wellness advocate for doTERRA, but she has been a licensed massage therapist for over 20 years. So she gives her gift of touch and has shared oils with many people in the Chicago area. She actually went through part of her training with Marty Harger, who introduced us in the beginning. So that was a special connect too. Jennifer not only loves what she does and the gift that she gives to others, but she and her husband enjoy family nearby. They have a garden in their yard. Jennifer also loves going to Florida to visit her brother. Who doesn't love to go to the ocean and put their toes in the sand? I want to share just quickly a short story. The USASA that I'm involved in gives me great joy, and I got involved because of volunteering to learn more about snowboarding, which I knew nothing about when my son decided he would like to jump off those jumps. But I had a college student from Westminster College call me and ask if he could interview me, which we did yesterday. And I started working with Seamus when he was 5 years old, and now he's in his early 20s, he's in college, and he needed to interview me for a sports class. And it was just like, wow. He goes, well, how did you get involved? And what brings you joy? And I said, you brought me joy. So that is a world of giving back. We all do it somewhere in our community, and it has a lot of meaning for me. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited about the class today on all about mind and mood matters.
Yes. Well, thank you, Kim. I love your story. Thank you for sharing that. That's just got to be kind of a little bit of a mind blower.
Yeah.
Um, okay, let me share my screen. Do, 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 do. All right. Can you guys see? Okay. Do, do.
Here we go.
Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we are talking about mind and mood. So we know that daily stressors affect all of us at pretty much any age. I mean, if you're even 5 years old and you're snowboarding down a mountain, you might have the stress of, am I going to fall? Am I going to run into somebody? Can I do it? Or school-age children, you know, with homework and schedules and friendships and social things, like we all have stressors. And for any number of reasons. So let's face it, it's not going away. So how are we going to go about dealing with all of this? And figuring out how to keep ourselves in balance? Well, the answer is education. We are going to empower ourselves with some natural tools, and we're going to share this knowledge with anyone we know that we can help, and so we can all thrive. And you know, I'm not saying that it's not okay to be stressed, because it is, but once we recognize that we are stressed, we can address the issue faster and get through our emotions maybe a little bit faster. So when we address emotional and mental wellness, we always see an increase in physical health. So the body, mind, and spirit are integrally connected, inseparably connected. And so everything communicates at a cellular level. And remember, we are trillions of cells wrapped in skin. So everything happens at a cellular level. So if we can affect even a few cells, it's going to have an effect on our system. So when we receive sensory input through our eyes, through our taste or smell, our brain sets out to understand it and then create thoughts about it. So if something is perceived as scary or threatening, sets off a cascade of neurotransmitters, which then immediately sets off stress hormones in our bodies. And this is healthy and normal if we're in an acute situation. If it's an emergency, or if something has to be addressed right away, we need our bodies to react like that. The problem is when this goes on for some time. Then our body gets in this bad cycle. We start thinking the same negative thoughts over and over. It becomes a pattern. We can get stuck, but then our body is still releasing stress hormones. So that's where it kind of becomes an issue. So for example, we know about cortisol, and if too much cortisol is released for too much time, we have some problems. Now, you may not have all of these problems, but I invite you to look and see which of these you may be struggling with. And this could be an indicator that you might have too much cortisol running in your body. Fatigue, irritability, head tension, intestinal and digestive upset, weight gain, changes in blood sugar, blood pressure, low libido, changes in menstrual cycle, difficulty recovering from exercise, poor sleep, or poor concentration. So what starts in the brain does not stay in the brain. So our moods and emotions that are suppressed in the mind will always be expressed in the body. How many times have we run into a negative situation or negative feelings, and then we felt some physical discomfort afterward? Because we're so connected. So how do we put the brakes on this negative feedback loop? Well, one way is through supplementation. And you guys who've watched our videos know that we've talked passionately about doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack. It is a full supplement. It is all plant-based. And using a really good supplement can alter your biochemistry and set the stage for a healthy brain and gut. So here are 10 reasons that we should be using our Lifelong Vitality. So we talked about stress management. There's antioxidant and DNA protection, immune function. It is non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free. Again, all plant-based, food-based, and carrageenan-free. You got healthy hair, skin, and nails, because that all comes from the inside out. Healthy eyes, brain, and nervous system, good digestive health and liver function, proper cardiovascular health, bone health, energy, and focus. And these are all huge. I mean, there's a laundry list of wonderful things that the Lifelong Vitality Pack will do for a body, because it's been so heavily researched by doTERRA. They put so much in it. It's not a mega vitamin. It's not a more is better kind of a thing. It's really, it's sort of just that sweet spot of of complementing our diet, and we have to do our part too. So we also have to try to eat well, but even when you eat pretty clean, you're not necessarily getting every vitamin and nutrient that your body needs. So what's the other thing we can do? We can smell something good. So I know you guys, if you have an oil handy, grab your oil, because our sense of smell is 1,000 times more powerful than any other sense that we have. And when we smell something, it goes straight to our limbic system, which is part of our brain. And our brain doesn't even have time to process any thoughts about it. It just, boom, it just goes in. So you can train your brain to associate a wonderful smell with something positive. So I have balance here, and I showed this picture. So first we're gonna rub it in our hands, and we're gonna inhale. Think of something that brings you joy. So at first my oils bring me joy, but I put this picture because sunshine and nature brings me joy. If I could walk on this path, I don't know where it is, but it's beautiful. But just the sun streaming through and these gorgeous rays and all the different kinds of trees and plants, and it's just, actually, you know what it does remind, now that I'm looking at it, it reminds me of, we had a sort of this area in the back of our house growing up that we called the woods, but it was just some undeveloped land, but there were trails all along. And we had this one area that we called the pine forest. And it was just this area of pine trees. And it, now that I'm looking at this is what it reminds me of. It's like such a special thing from my childhood. And just to see the sun beaming through the trees and seeing the needles on the floor and just smelling the pine, it was all so relaxing and peaceful. And as a kid, I just loved going in there. But you can think of, you know, something else that brings you joy. You know, maybe smelling this reminds you of, you know, going on walks or hikes with a loved one, or going horseback riding, or fishing, or I don't know, you know, just anything simple, just sitting around chatting and having your diffuser running, having a wonderful evening with someone you love. So, you know, that's what you can do. We can all think of something happy. So if our bodies are always trying to get back in balance, but then they, you know, what do we keep doing to help that process? So recognizing a need is key. So when we recognize that we're out of sorts, we need to grab an oil, we need to grab something, there are several things that we can do. So recognizing we need to do something, we can stop what we're doing, hopefully take a few minutes out for ourselves, even to take a 5 or 10 minute walk, or step away from our work for 5 minutes, even grab a glass of water, go to the bathroom, take some deep breaths. So exercise is definitely proven to have stress relieving benefits. I mean, you can look that up on the internet. You can find all kinds of things on why that's helpful. But first, I'm going to list 4 things for you. So it pumps up your endorphins, which are our happy feeling neurotransmitters. We feel good when we release endorphins. Actually, so does laughing do that. So if you can watch a good comedian laugh a little bit, that releases endorphins. It pumps up our cardiovascular and digestive systems, our immune system, so it can reverse some of that negative patterns that and harmful effects of stress. It's like meditation in motion. If you've played a game of pickleball, or gone for a hike or something, your mind is not on all your stresses and worries. Your mind is on what you're doing, on your exercise, on moving, on breathing, or maybe having a conversation with someone if you're able to go for a walk with someone. So it kind of interrupts that negative loop. Finally, it improves your mood and can help with sleep, which is often disrupted by stress, depression, and anxiety. And so sleep, as we know, is very important for our immune function. And also, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if I don't get good sleep, if I'm interrupted, like I am a crab apple the next day for sure. So actually, there's a study that showed that 60 to 90 extra minutes of sleep per night can actually make you happy. It actually has a physical reaction in your body to make you happy. So how And then, of course, always essential oils. So we can boost the effects of both exercise and sleep by using our essential oils, but essential oils are fabulous just on their own, as we know. So with exercise, you know, we can use deep blue on our legs. You know, we've talked about these things in the past. You can use deep blue on your legs before and after. You can put some breathe on your chest for easy breathing. But there's also an emotional component that happens when we apply essential oils. For sleep, we know that we can diffuse oils. We can apply things like serenity or lavender to help our bodies get into a deeper sleep. So, you know, I had mentioned aromatically when we did the balance. Well, I did balance, and I don't know what you guys grabbed, but when we inhaled, that's aromatic consumption of essential oils. And that can absolutely, it's a wonderful, easy way to inhale. And I have my little pilot diffuser going here. It's an easy way for anyone in your family to receive the oils and to hopefully, you know, alter their mood in a positive way. So you just put the diffuser on. Now, topically, essential oils are transdermal and lipophilic, meaning that the molecules pass through your skin, which is transdermal, and get straight into your circulatory system by dissolving into the lipids, the fat cells, and you can apply all oils like all over. We know over our hearts, behind our ears, in the back of the neck, on the bottoms of the feet. So it's all good when we apply oils. We know that they're received in our system. But I have a couple interesting facts about oils. So the molecular structure of essential oils is so tiny that they can go through a cell wall and get to the inside of a cell and create a positive change or benefit for us. And remember, I told you we are trillions of cells covered in skin. So if we are affecting the cells both inside and outside, that is having a huge positive effect on us. They are also extremely molecularly dense. So one drop of oil, get this, has 40 million trillion molecules. So the tiny molecules from the chemical compounds that make up an essential oil can service every single cell in the body within minutes. How fast? So 22 seconds for the molecules to reach the brain. That's crazy fast, right? 2 minutes to be found in the bloodstream, and then 20 minutes to affect every cell in your body. That is so fast. I mean, many medicines don't even work that fast. So, you know, beautiful gifts of the earth, something else amazing for us, right? So I spoke of the Lifelong Vitality supplements as part of internal consumption. And we can also use essential oils. You know, the doTERRA oils have, I don't have one near me that has a nutrition supplement fact on the side. So we know the oils that we can take internally. We know, you know, the citrus oils we can put in our water and they're very cleansing. Or we can cook with them, you know, so we know which ones we can take internally because doTERRA does so much testing that we know what we can take internally. But they also do other supplements besides the Lifelong Vitality Pack. There's many that can benefit us when we take things internally because there is a different effect. So now we have another supplement that actually can really help us be calm. And these are the Adaptive Calming Blend capsules. Now there are 4 main ingredients. Here, I'll show you guys a little one if I can see. It's just a capsule. So there's 4 main ingredients, well, key active components, not ingredients. So first we have the essential oil blend that is in the capsule, which is lavender, wild orange, coriander, and fennel. These are high in linalool and limonene, which those are the chemical components I was just talking about with the chemistry that's in the oils that reaches our cells. If those oils combine both calming and uplifting properties. So it's calming but not sleepy, right? Just gets us back down into, it gets us out of like, you know, that fight or flight. There's also ahi flower, which is an excellent vegetarian source of omega fatty acids. And we know we need omega fatty acids for our brain. And it's very unique. And it's important to maintain balance and cognitive homeostasis, balance. There's also fermented high quality gamma butyric amino acid, or GABA. I know this sounds like a lot, but what it is, GABA is a primary inhibitory neurotransmitter in our brain. So it's what your brain uses to make sure that there's not too much or too little excitement. It just calms things down, helps us maintain excessive excitability or stress. So it gets us out of that stressful thinking. Also, there's sclerotium, which is scientifically shown to have an impact on our serotonin, which stabilizes our mood. Um, Acetylcholine improves memory and attention, and cortisol to manage stress. So it has an effect on all of those things, which is so important. So according to Dr. Brannick Riggs, who is, I think he's one of our main doctors in doTERRA on the board, and he might be our chief medical officer. But anyway, they were asking some questions in a recent convention about exactly how to take this. Because according to the bottle, it says to take one. So of course you could take one per day, which is fine. But there's also, you could take as needed. So this is not something that you must take every single day. I do this as needed. So some days I really don't need it, but other days I'm like, please, where's my adaptive? So I could take it as needed. It's very safe. You can actually take 1 to 3 per day, because after about 4 to 6 hours, it's had its effect. Now, if you're having constant stress thrown your way, you might need to take 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 before you go to bed. And sometimes people have like an easy morning, but then kind of afternoon, they find they're feeling overwhelmed. So, maybe you take it at lunch or in the afternoon. Even kids 6 and over, so long as they can swallow this capsule, they can take 1 per day. So this is huge for kids who might have, excuse me, some issues with anxious feelings, etc. Parents will know, you'll know your child if you're finding that they need that. If they're 12 and over, they can actually take it twice per day. And again, it has to do with also swallowing. I haven't tried to take apart the capsule, so I'm not sure if that could be mixed into a little smoothie or something, or yogurt. So you might have to play around with that. Always consult your doctor, of course, if you're taking medicines, or you need to make sure there's no interaction. So, and by the way, this is also carrageenan free. They want to make sure anyone with sensitivities could take these, so they are a vegetarian carrageenan free capsule. So doTERRA has put an incredible amount of time and research into this product to make sure that it's something that can be helpful. Okay, so also they addressed these oils. Because we've heard about all these oils, those of us who've been around for a little bit with doTERRA, like, okay, they're all calming, but when do I really need to use them? I mean, you can use them anytime and see how your body interacts with these oils and what you find to be the best. But generally speaking, Serenity is about getting rest. So that's usually something we save for the evening time, and when we're getting ready for bed and doing hopefully healthy sleep hygiene. Balance is the grounding blend, but great for self-soothing prayer, meditation, like getting yourself, internalized and kind of leaving the outside world out there and just really focusing within. And finally, the adaptive oil blend is about feeling calm. So that can be used all throughout the day. Of course, you can use it before bed at night too, but it's, I thought that was really helpful as far as kind of segregating each of these things. So, so that's that. Now, you guys may have seen, well, we talked about this when we talked about the convention kit and the new products, but these are like a subscription box. So these targeted wellness kits, there are 3 right now. They've hinted that there will be more in the new year, which we're very excited about. But this is so cool. It's like a subscription box. So you sign up for auto ship for 3 months. The first month, you get kit 1, the second month, kit 2, third kit 3. Now we're focusing today on the mind and mood kit because that's what we're talking about. So mind and mood kit number 1, and these are great. These are offered at a discount. They're easy, like you set it and forget it. And the idea is that after 90 days of using this, there's instructions, there's a QR code for anybody who wants to scan their phone, and you can see what to do. There's some simple instructions, but you can see the QR code up here will take you to more information. So it's like whatever people want, they're trying to provide it in a simple way. So in this first kit, we've got the adaptive capsules, we've got the adaptive rollers. So we're doing internal and we're doing topical application with the adaptive roller. So those are synergistic. When they're used together, there's a very synergistic effect with these products. They're meant to be used together. And then the balance oil, which you can use, of course, topically or aromatically, so you could put it in your diffuser to calm. And then I love they have special little things in all these kits that you can't normally buy. So there's a balance deodorant, which I love. They really reformulated their deodorant fantastically. So you're layering all these wonderful things. Now, they're very mindful as well about our environment. So the first kit comes in a neoprene bag. This one happens to be a beautiful blue, so that you have your little bag, you have your instructions in here, you've got all your products, and you could take it, you could throw it in your purse, you could throw it in your bag, whatever. And then kit number 2 has a recyclable pouch. You can see there, it's a brown, it's like a hard cardboard, so it can be recycled. But what's in there is then the 15 milliliter of adaptive, so you can diffuse or continue to make a roller if you add some fractionated coconut oil if you run out. There's wild orange, which is also calming but uplifting. A lavender touch roll-on, which is lovely. Black spruce, and then unscented bath salts. So you can make your own bath salts. And if you don't have a tub like me, you could even make a beautiful foot soak. And the oils will be very well received through the foot soak, and it's very relaxing. So you could do that. Now in kit 3, there's a full 15 ml of lavender. There's a 15 ml cedarwood, great for sleep as well and calming. A 15 ml citrus bliss, so just calming but uplifting. The adaptive spray, linen spray, I mean, you can use that on your linens. You could use it on yourself if you just need a little spritz, almost like a perfume. There's a serenity spray for your linens as well. A mini unscented body butter, and I think that's a balance roller, which we don't sell a balance roller. We don't sell the bath salts or the body butter. So these are all really cool things. Additionally, there are other items that you can add on at a 20% discount. So say you used your whole bottle of adaptive capsules in your first month and kit 2 doesn't have adaptive capsules in it. Well, you can add on adaptive capsules for your kit 2 and keep rolling along, and you get it at a discount, which is really nice. So the kits are a flat $75, and
I think all the add-ons are all 20% off, which is incredible.
It is. I mean, it's just so nice. So they're really trying to make this easy and fun and, you know, really doable for everybody, which I love. So, so that's that. And so basically, guys, you can choose how you show up in life rather than just showing up by default. I don't know the woman who said this, but I loved her quote. So it was another wellness advocate. And I just thought that was brilliant, because every day we choose to be happy. We can choose to complain. We could choose any number of things. So we are going to choose to take care of ourselves in a healthy way, in a natural way, and empower ourselves and our families to know how to take care of themselves as well. And then you're showing up in the best possible way. Now, you know, I think the intention is what's important, right? So nothing's perfect, but we can at least try every day to show up in a good way.
Yeah.
So Kim, before I stop the recording, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, that is wonderful. Thank you so much, Jim. Just the facts and the figures and the data about our brain and our cellular structure, we've all heard it before, but isn't it incredible how fast we can get relief for something that seems so intense. And mood and emotion, which sets off and triggers different physical issues we deal with in life. Um, that's how I fell in love with these oils without knowing it, is that I had a sense of calm and relief to a high stress level that I created in my life just by smelling these oils. My very first blend that was my first love, still one of my big loves, is Balance Blend. And you spoke about that today. My new love is the Adaptive Blend for sure, and all the adaptive products. But thank you so much, because this information is something not only that I use, but I also share with others that I love that deal with anxiety and stress and emotion.
That is so true. Thanks, Kim. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week, where Kim has one of her friends, Leslie, who is going to share her story, her journey with oils. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait to hear from Leslie. All right, you guys, hope you have a fabulous day, and we'll see you soon.